Your husband is calling you. Pick up the phone. Man, is she. This woman has no idea what she's doing. You need to act. She has no idea what she's doing. Don't you know that by asking that they will put two and two together that there's a problem with you? Who is we? Oh, this woman has ruined. Why are you asking him that? Like a thief. This woman is stupid. You're asking someone who you know has no answer. They have no answer for you on that. She's screwed. There's no going back now. And I think he locked the door, right? He locked the door on her. There you go. There you go. There you go. She's not going anywhere. And if they have to get rid of her and her whole family to cover this up, they would do that. This is bad. This is very bad. Very, very bad. She's now picking up her husband's call. Oh, this woman is being trifling right now. She is being trifling. There you go. There you go. She is screwed. She is screwed big time. She brought how many people? Two people. And what will these two people do? Well, I mean, the arrowheads are not here, so they might be able to get out of this. No, no, you're not gonna hold your baby because you screwed up. No, you're not gonna get your baby. Of course, they're gonna deny all the allegations and everything. It's trying to cause a commotion, yep. And that worked, all right. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? They're doing it because you're stupid. Mm, mm. Oi! Oh, get to your baby. Never ever mess with a woman and her baby, man. Never mess with a woman and her baby. Ooh, man, that girl can tackle. Or she can, yeah, what should I call it? Tackle? Or she can give a good shoulder drop. She needs to get out as soon as possible before they block her path. Yeah, get out as soon as. Ooh! Ooh! That's a close one. He's lost it. Yeah, because knowing that that is a baby that I haven't seen, it will contradict everything that the new truth is trying to build. It will contradict a lot and it will cause chaos actually. It will cause a lot of chaos because people will then start to think that whether I sin or whether I don't sin, it doesn't really matter. You know, the angel of death can come and give a decree anytime he wants, whether you have sin or you don't have sin. So why don't I do whatever I want to do now? Kill whoever I feel like killing, because then there are no principles. There is no order. Exactly what this man said was exactly what Jung, right? Jung said before his own decree. Did you guys see that mask? Isn't that mask the same mask the live stream guy wore during his live stream videos? And wasn't he one of the arrowheads that believed in the arrowheads before? Oh, yeah, he did say that he used to be one of their followers. And I hope I don't forget about that because I will talk about that in the end. Now that I've now that we know who he is. She kind of got a point, but at the same time, it's a point that has two double-edged sword in the end. While they are condemning others that it's stage, others can also condemn their doctrine and what they do that it's stages as well. But she kind of has a point, but it's a point with two double-edged swords. Hmm. She just said something right there. She just said something right there. This guy, now that we know, I think I'm gonna leave. Hold on, I'll leave it to the end because he's saying that he's never committed any sin, that he doesn't understand why he got a degree. What is he doing? His steps are very, very shady. Hopefully, he doesn't sell them out. He said he didn't commit any sin after everything he's been doing on social media. Oh, he's gonna sell them out. Why is this man doing this? He wasn't even an employer or any, or an employee or anything. He says that he's a follower. He's a bit crazy himself. He's a bit crazy. Ooh. He's actually in it. He's actually buying that. He's eating that message all up. He bought it. His podcast is going to expose his location, will it? What kind of clue? Or what sort of a clue? Of course. Hmm. Poor baby is sucking his last breast milk. If they want to locate him, they should just use the same address or try to find his address. Because I believe somehow, some way, his phone will have some type of location on where he always stays at night. You know what I mean? That would lead them to his address. He's killing Ming's member. Bay is in danger right now because that guy believes wholeheartedly that he's been choosing to do this work. So at this particular time, it's not just Ming's members are uh, getting in his way. The new truth as well will get in his way, and I know he knows that. 'How in a blue moon did he take on three men, three hefty, healthy men all by himself? 5 minutes. He's insane. Man, thanks to the new chairman, man. He just gave him a purpose. He just gave this punk a purpose. Now he's acting on it. Oh, he never had one to begin with. Hmm. Why didn't you close the door or shock him until he passes out? What is wrong with you? Ooh! That man is useless. Ooh! That man is useless. He didn't close the door. He didn't try to lock the door behind him. And with all this commotion, people are going to know who this woman is now. Hopefully they won't get there in time. Fight, man, fight! Come on, fight! That producer or reporter is I don't understand what kind of man he is. Like literally, you know. Woo! Here it comes. Please show mercy to the baby. Please show mercy to the baby. Mother's instincts. A mother's instincts. But there is nowhere to run to though. And for the fact that she's still, oh, those things can actually be. Ooh, damn. I actually thought that when you try to hit them, it just goes through, right? I never knew that. The woman is fighting. She's really fighting here. Ooh. Oh, they would rather die. They would rather die with their child than to let their child go like that. Don't tell me that they. Oh, wow. Once again, my theory on what I thought is going to happen at the end of this show, my theory and my perspective has been blown off the window. The child survived. The child survived. Watch that punk. He's going to kill the child. He's going after the child. This punk. No, 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 no. On. He is full of himself. And these people are going to stand here and watch this man do this, huh? And they're not going to help out. I mean, do I even blame them at this? Ooh, watch. Wow. What does this what does this mean now? It's so precious. They could have helped out. The whole time that hoodlum or that crazy guy wanted to murder that child, they could have helped out. Mm-hmm. Finally. Finally. But then again, this is going to cause a lot of disruption though. Look, and these cops are going to stand there and watch. They just stood there and did nothing. Oh, okay. How did this child make it? How is this child still alive? How is the child still alive after all of this? Oh, the cab driver knows who she is. What happens now? Nanda! Furuwa! Who is this? It looks like a woman, right? All right, guys. Let me compose myself. I know if you've been watching my reaction on this show, I know you've been waiting for this very moment. I'm going to take my headphone off. Once again, this show has threw me off guard once again. Because after that last situation, the child being alive after everything, I kind of started to conclude on my perspective on this show. And then this last scene just blew my mind right there. Because before I was going to say that the child being alive after everything, it got to be something divine. It got to be a divine intervention, right? And I was thinking that if it's not your time to be decreed, if it's not your time, those deities cannot, they might harm you, but they will not touch your soul. They cannot touch your spirit, right? They cannot touch your spirit. But it looks like that's not even the case. Father and mother protecting their child, I thought that they will do whatever they need to do, but take only the child. But due to the fact that the father and the mother are blocking them from doing what they needed to do, they took both of them. That's just chaos. This is, I gotta say that, yes, they're saying that if there are no principles, everything goes to chaos. But then again, in hell, or these deities are literally in chaos because there's no law that guides what they do. Maybe there is, but it's just in a chaos law that anything goes. Because if it's not your time, why do they take the father and mother trying to protect their child? It's not their time. The angel of death or whatever he is, the deity didn't speak to them that it's their time, that so and so time they're going to meet their end. Right? So why did those three things took them? But in doing so, the child survived. It's just, I'm going to touch base on what that taxi driver said before I forget. I get to say that I don't agree with what he said. I agree with some of it, but not all of it. Because at the end of this show, before the last scene, I was getting this perspective that this show is trying to tell us that we shouldn't rely on higher deities. We shouldn't rely on the creator. Or we shouldn't rely on the devil for people that believe it. Because, I'm just saying, we shouldn't rely on higher powers, right, for help. Because you guys know there are people that believe in this one and people that believe on the other one. So we should not rely on any of them. We should solve our problems ourselves, deal with it ourselves, right? And live the consequences of what decisions we make from here on out. I would like to say that I don't believe totally in that, simply because um in everything we do things knowing the fact that everything we do will be judged. If we do not believe in higher powers, the world will be in chaos. If we don't believe in karma, the world will go in chaos. If we don't believe in higher authority, the world will go in chaos. It's already as bad as it is right now. It's already that bad right now. Now imagine if somebody wakes up in the morning and believes that there are no higher powers to judge them, there's no karma, there's the universe doesn't pay attention to what people do. The universe don't give a rat's ass to what we do. So I will wake up and do whatever the crap I want. And I can do whatever I want to anyone with no consequences. I believe that's what, even though the taxi driver is saying it in good perspective, I can see where he's coming from, that we should rely on each other, take care of each other, nurture each other, and we shouldn't be seeking out for higher powers to help us do what we can do for ourselves. I can understand that, but the truth is, we can't do it by ourselves. We've been trying to do it by ourselves. We've tried for millions of years, but the thing is, if there is no higher power, if there is no divine, because what happened right there with the child being alive after everything, that's divine. That shouldn't happen. Even the crazy weird guy was like, what the hell is this? Like, this is I can't believe this. I can't comprehend what just happened. This child should be dead, not the parent, right? So principles are very important, no matter how you look at it. Because even if he says that we should, even if with his own analogy and with his own definition on what he believes in, there is still going to be principles, regardless, right? There are still going to be principles, because without principles, everything will fall to chaos. And I believe that's what the new truths we're trying to avoid this whole time, to keep the order, to keep the principle. But then again, even with them, they're doing all sort of bullshit. They are killing people. They're doing whatever they want. They are now the gods of men. They are the judge and the jury. They decide who lives and who dies. Now, given that power, right? Given that such responsibility to a human being, humans cannot handle such powers. They just can't handle such responsibility, because they will abuse it. They will use it to their own gain. I don't care who you are. They will, at some point, they will succumb to the temptation of having such responsibility. And as you can see, the new truth, that's what they're doing. They created their own principle, bent it to fit their own obligations. And they don't care who they have to go through, who they have to step over to get their obligation satisfied, right? The guy that, the crazy guy that does the online thing, he said that he never sinned. I said I'm going to talk about him, and I'm so glad that I didn't forget. He said that he never committed any sin. If I recall correctly, in the Ten Commandments, it says, thou shalt not make a false accusation on your neighbor. That is in the commandment. So he's online, Bowed Mountain Park, the woman that just wanted to take care of her children, I believe on episode 2, Bowed Mountain her that she did this, she did that, condemning her, right? And the commandment said, thou shalt not judge, so that you won't be judged. Thou shalt not condemn your fellow human being, so that you will not be condemned. He was bad mouthing the woman, condemning her in every way, shape, or form that he could, bad mouthing her womanhood, bad mouthing her family, bad mouthing, just putting her down in any way he could. That's a sin. So for him to say that he never committed any atrocities, he never committed any sin in any way, shape, or form, that is a bogus lie, because bad mouthing and condemning your fellow human being and judging them without really understanding what went on, just creating your own story in your own head and just tearing her apart on social media. Not only did that lead to Ming losing her mother, it led to a lot of things, right? So for him to say that he never committed any sin, that is a lie. I'm saying it right now. He lied right there. That's not true. He did commit a sin. He did commit a sin. And then finally, in the end, Clark, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, the woman that was just trying to work as hard as she could to feed her children, she comes back to life. That's the one that blew my mind away. That's the one that I just don't know how to depict that scene. This shows me that there's going to be a second season, and I'm not sure when that second season is going to drop, but that blew my mind. Now, should I call that scene or what happened to her a divine power as well? Something that just happens? Should I call it a divine power, or should I call it something that just happened out of the blue moon? You know, the scientist wants to tell us that the Big Bang Theory, something just collides and something starts happening without something moving it. So this situation, should I just regard it as one of the Big Bang Theory, like something that happens and everything was created just like that? Or is it divine? Because at the end of it all, it got to be either or. Because that just can't happen for no good reason. And you can see the supernatural energy, you can feel the supernatural energy that is behind what just happened towards the ending of this episode. Like it is just, you can just feel that there is something out there other than what we see with our own naked human eyes. There is more out there that we don't see with our own two eyes. So what is that? From my perspective, I would say that that is divine. That is something that our natural mind cannot comprehend. Unless we become spirit, maybe we can see those things, right? People have dreams sometimes and they can see things that they cannot see with our own three naked eyes. Did I say three naked eyes? With our own two naked eyes. Although in some cases there has been situations where people saw things that normal eye don't normally see all the time, like supernatural situation in real life, literally in real life. You know what I mean? I'm going to digress it here. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know in the comment box and post your thoughts and let me know what you think about this show thus far, or everything that I just said about this show. The taxi driver saying that we shouldn't rely on a higher deity and govern ourselves. I think that's the worst decision humanity will ever make. Because each time we step away from the order, the principle the creator gave us to do, something bad always happens. You know what I mean? I don't think human beings, I don't care who you are, they cannot handle that responsibility to be the judge and the jury that determines who lives and who dies and how they die or whatnot. And I'm not saying that we can't try, but then again, there must be a higher power, because when people are in a situation where nobody judges them, where no one can judge them, they are now the only judge and jury that judges everybody else, and they cannot be judged. You rest your soul know that they will abuse that power. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, look at what is happening in the world right now. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go that area. I'm going to digress here. On that note, thank you guys so much for joining me on this reaction. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Keep on keeping on.